here. Welcome back to Willow's Witchy Garden. Today I am going to take you along as I do a task that I've needed to do for quite some time, and that is to repot and separate my bee balm. Yeah, I kind of neglected it, forgot that it was here. I have such a big garden right now for me to take care of that I've been focusing more on growing food and less on growing my herbs. And, you know, a lot of my herbs will just do what they need to do. Bee balm is one of those that can very quickly take over. It can be invasive, kind of like mint. But I love the bee balm, and because I've kind of let it get overgrown and root bound, it hasn't really produced any flowers at all. And I'm really hoping that maybe this year, come June, July, we'll actually get some flowers on it. So today I am going to repot it, separate it, probably end up having to give some away to friends because I've got a lot of bee balm. So let's get started. Okay. So to get started, I have some 3-gallon grow bags and I have some 7-gallon grow bags, and that's what I'm going to be moving this plant into. But first, let's see how bad this plant actually looks when I get it out of the pot. Okay, I have loosened it up and I'm going to reveal to you the roots of this poor baby. Well, she's a little root bound, not as bad as I thought actually. So I'm going to start separating her, and I guess she's a her because I keep calling her a her. And we'll separate her and see how many pots I can put her into. So yeah, let's get started. So I ended up having to bring out the pruning saw because I literally could not get this apart. I'm just going to cut it down the center. I understand that some of the roots are going to be damaged. However, this has such a strong root system in it that these are going to be fine. And anything like this, I'm going to go ahead and I can just put this in water and get some more roots growing on it. I don't want to kill it all off, but we've got to get this into a better pot. Okay, so what I've done is I have 4 pieces now out of that big pot. The roots were literally so tight, I had to use a pruning saw to separate them. I'm sure they're going to bounce right back. I'm sure they're not going to have any problem with this kind of a root system that they have. So I'm going to put 2 of the small clumps into 3-gallon grow bags, and then each of these larger ones are going to go into a 7-gallon grow bag. I'm going to have a lot of bee balm. The other thing I want to talk about are the Dollar Tree pots. Now, I purchased these a couple years ago and I loved all the colors. I got turquoise and pink and blue and all different beautiful colors, and it made my garden really pretty. However, they do not hold up to the sun. The whole rim came off of this pot. It is cracking really bad. And so I've been throwing these out as I've been repotting my new plants. So just a note, yeah, they're good for a short period of time, but if they're in the sunshine, these pots do not last. So if you like them, that's great, but just know they won't last for very long. So I ran to the Home Depot to pick up some more potting soil. Lowe's was closed today for Easter, but I love this Kellogg's brand, and I've used this for a long time too. It's just a little bit further trip for me to go to the Home Depot, but I did manage to get 4 bags of the Kellogg's organic potting mix, and I really like it. So that's what I'm going to be using today to pot up all of this bee balm. Okay, so I filled the bag about half full, and then I put the plant in there to make sure that it was the right depth. I want to make sure that we have at least 2 inches of bag left at the top, so that way the water will stay in when I water it, And remember that grow bags, because they're cloth, they do need to be watered more frequently. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on these, just like I do all the grow bags. Okay, I have all 4 of these grow bags filled with bee balm. I also have a neighbor who decided to mow grass today, which is perfectly okay. But I just wanted to show you what they look like all potted up, 2 3-gallon bags and 2 7-gallon bags. And just to give you a little side note on what bee balm does, it is an antimicrobial, so it's really good for colds and flu, but it's also good for your digestive tract. So if you have an upset tummy, drink some bee balm tea, and that's something that would be really good for you. So that's some information about bee balm. So growing bee balm, they have beautiful flowers as well as beautiful foliage. Well, I hope you liked this video and that it has encouraged you to repot some of your plants that may be a little root bound. And maybe you won't neglect your herbs like I've been neglecting some of my potted ones. So if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon so that every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. And leave comments. I'd love to hear about your herb experience. And what do you use your bee balm for? I'd love to get some ideas, recipes. You know, I'm always open to new ideas. And don't forget to check me out on Facebook. I also have my Facebook page over there, Willow's Witchy Garden. And until next time, stay healthy and be blessed.